Hi, it's Dr. Saab. Today I'm going to show you how to connect your Apple phone to your Mercedes-Benz. In this video we're going to go through some troubleshooting and some tips and tricks. Now this video is perfect if you own this style screen. Now this video was a request from a lot of people that have watched the A Class video, which you can find on the top right corner there. Please check that out if you want to learn more about the Mercedes-Benz A Class. I had a lot of comments on that video and people wanted to know how to connect their phone to their Mercedes. So hopefully this video helps you out. Now if you don't want to use Apple CarPlay, you don't have to. Check out my video on the top right corner where I show you how to connect your phone through Bluetooth. Now 2014 is when Apple CarPlay was introduced by Apple. So you might find certain models like the CLS may have Apple CarPlay 2014. With Mercedes-Benz A Class, it was introduced around 2015. So if you do have a car that is a 2015 model or newer, then you should have Apple CarPlay. And one way to check is by asking your local dealer, or you can try yourself by getting a cable, an Apple cable, a good quality cable, and then go to your armrest, open up your armrest, and you will have two ports. And my Apple CarPlay is connected there, but the one you're going to be looking for is this one. And there you've got the USB port. If you put the USB into there, and then just follow the next instructions on how to connect your phone. So what you need to do is put the cable into the car and then connect it to the phone. And once you've done that, on the screen you will get this message pop up. And what you want to do is use the toggle here, the rotary dial, and select automatically. And to do that, just push down, and then what you'll do is you will get this message. Click on allow, and then now I've got Apple CarPlay in the car. Now the phone, you can put that in your armrest and it's all neat and tidy. I have seen some people actually store their phone here in the storage area, or I have actually seen people store a phone using a case holder here, and I've seen someone with an A45 AMG and they've actually bought a case that actually goes into the CD slot, and then they can actually store their phone there. So that's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, where do you guys store your phone? So this is Apple CarPlay, and you just use the rotary dial in the A Class. And what you can do, you've got your main apps on this screen, and you can actually see other apps by swiping to the right. But if you swipe all the way to the left, you then get the dashboard section, and this is where you can have your sat nav. Because my phone's in airplane mode, I can't see the map, but you can straight away navigate using your sat nav here, and you can use music app here, or Spotify, or any other streaming website. And I've also got my calendar, which is reminding me to do a video today. But here is where you've got all of your main apps that you will be using, and these are the ones that are Apple compatible, Apple CarPlay compatible. You can see we've got the phone app to make phone calls. I've got the music app to listen to music. You can use Spotify as well. I'll show you how to customize that a bit later on. You've got your Maps app, and you don't have to use Maps. You can use Google Maps or Waze. And you've got your Messages app as well, so you can send and receive text messages. Now while you're driving, you won't be able to view the text messages, but you will be able to listen to them, which is really useful. And you can actually send messages using Siri. And if I rotate, you can see all the other apps that I've got on this phone. Let me know in the comments if there's any app that you recommend downloading. You've even got Zoom and even WebEx. You've got WhatsApp as well, which is very useful. Because you're using Apple CarPlay, you can also use Siri. To use Siri, all you do is hold down this button. And now that beep is to say you can actually talk to Siri. So I can ask Siri, what's the weather like?
It's currently cloudy and 3 degrees. Temperatures will be fairly consistent, averaging about 4 degrees.
And if I want to ask Siri something else, I can go, what's the latest news?
Here's the latest top news.
Into a position where
All I need to do is increase the volume. Now you can increase the volume here on the steering wheel, or you can use the rotary dial here as well to listen to the news. I think that's a really useful feature to have. I think voice prompts is the future. Let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer buttons? So another top tip, I would always recommend you actually use the voice prompts rather than typing in your stuff. So when you're using sat nav, instead of putting in the postcode or entering the address manually, you can verbally ask the car to take you certain places, which is really useful as well when you're using Google Maps, Apple Maps, or even Waze. You also probably notice the message come up, so your reminders will pop up as well on the screen, and you also get notifications on the screen here as well, like text messages. Another useful app is the Mercedes app, and if you give that a click, that takes you back into the main software of the car. So this is Mercedes-Benz software, and here I can have the choice of using the radio, Apple CarPlay, or going into vehicle settings or system settings as well. So if I want to go into radio, just click on radio, and there you go. I'm listening to the radio. If I put the volume up, you can hear the radio now. Now, if you want to go back into Apple CarPlay, all I would do is select up on the rotary dial and then click on Apple CarPlay. Or another way is to actually use the media button. If I give that a click, it takes me back to the main screen. So there are different ways to get onto Apple CarPlay. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to customize the app's layout. So you might not want to use the Maps app, you might want to use Waze. So what you can do is customize that layout of where Waze is. You can see it's all the way on the far right. So what I can do, if I go onto my phone, go onto settings, and then select general, click on CarPlay, and you can see all the different cars I've connected Apple CarPlay to this phone. If I click on MB infotainment, that's for this car. And now you've got the option of always allowing Apple CarPlay. You can forget the car if you want to as well, if you maybe got rid of the car, sold it. But if you click on customize, you can now customize all of the main apps. So if I wanted Waze to be at the top, all I'll do is select Waze, hold on to the three lines, and then drag it, and I can put that right there next to phone. And you'll see now on the screen that Waze will be there on the front there. And if I want to get rid of the music app, I can just move it by selecting the three lines. I can move it down here if I want to, and you can see now the Maps app is there. So if I want to, I can get rid of that one as well. I can move that out of the way. I could put let's see, Spotify. I'll move that to the top there. I can move that next to Waze, and here we go. You can see I've customized the layout of the apps on the screen. Now if you feel you've messed that up, you can click the reset button and then reset home screen layout. Now Apple CarPlay is back to factory settings. Now if you have any issues with Apple CarPlay, sometimes there can be a fuzzy screen. What you can do is make sure, just go onto settings on your phone and then go to general, and then just click on software update, and just make sure you've got the latest software on your phone. Now that should resolve any issues. There are some other troubleshooting that you can do as well. You could switch off the car. So switch off the car, take the key out, open the door, close the door, then lock the car, unlock the car, open the door, close the door, and then you can start the car up. And then Apple CarPlay should work when you're connected to the car. You give it a moment. There we go, and you can see it's connecting now. So that soft reset is really, really useful. Just doing a soft reset for the car. You're pretending to go out the car, lock the car, and then you're going to unlock the car, go back into the car and start the car. Now, if that doesn't work, it could be that your cable that you're using is not suitable. So it may be worth just changing the cable. I would always recommend using an Apple CarPlay compatible cable. You can always buy that from a reputable retailer. I try and avoid buying from Amazon and eBay. I've found when I've ordered cables that they can be dodgy or even fake. So just be careful with those kind of cables. And sometimes the actual cable can get damaged. So it could be that's the cause. If updating the phone and a soft reset hasn't fixed the issue, then what you can do is hold the on button. Now if I hold that, keep holding it, I'll let go of the switch when the screen goes off. It's basically going to reset the infotainment. You can see it's switched off. Now all I'll do is give it a moment. And this is basically resetting the actual screen, and that should resolve the issue. Also try double checking that the phone's got the latest updates, because that sometimes even the latest update can actually cause issues, and usually after a couple of days or a week it does fix itself. I have found that sometimes apps can play up after an update. Usually after a week it's fixed. Now you can change how the screen appears, and if I find settings, there's settings, give that a click. You can now change the driving focus. So this is really useful if you don't want to have too many notifications while you're driving. You've got appearance. You can choose from automatic or always dark, and dark mode just gives the car a much darker mode. I tend to just leave it in automatic. Let me know in the comments what you guys prefer. You can change the wallpaper if you want to as well, which is quite cool. You can do Siri suggestions, so you can get suggestions from Siri. You can set automatically send messages if you want to. You can show album art, and I think I really like that feature. Seeing a little picture of the album of whatever you're listening to. Now the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to change the bass and treble. So to do it, just click on Mercedes app, and you will have an option on the bottom right corner. Now my car is a very early version of Apple CarPlay, so I don't have that option. So what I have to do is click on radio, and then on the bottom right corner I've got the sound icon. If I give that a click, I can now change the treble, the mid-tone, the bass. I can also change the balance and fader as well. All I'll do is select equalizer, and then I can change equalizer. If I rotate the dial to the left, that can now change the treble, and if I rotate the dial to the right, I have to actually physically move the dial. So you have to actually move it like this, and then if I move up and down, that goes to different sections. So you can see I can move it on different sections. Now once you're finished, you can go to Apple CarPlay by pressing the star button. Now one of the pros of using Apple Maps is if you do set a destination using Apple Maps, that you will get vibrations on your watch, as well as, you know, your voice prompts on the Apple Maps. And another useful feature is you can send your ETA from using Apple Maps, which is quite cool. So if you are running late, maybe due to traffic, you can send your ETA to your friends or family. If you need to change the volume of the sat-nav voice when the sat-nav talks, then adjust the volume using the dial here or on the steering wheel. Now to switch off Apple CarPlay completely, you can just remove the Apple cable from the car, or just remove it from the phone. Now another way to check if you have Apple CarPlay is to go to telephone and then rotate and try and see if you can find Apple CarPlay. But if you want to double check, I always recommend asking your local dealer to check if Apple CarPlay is fitted on your car. Please subscribe as it helps me and the channel grow and create even more content. Please like this video. Also comment if you have any suggestions or questions. Check out the A Class playlist for more videos related to the A Class, including a full video on what specification this car has and also how to use the main controls. There are videos on how to connect your phone to your car, how to use the self-parking feature, and in the future even videos on how to use the cruise control and speed limiter. There is a new thanks feature. If you want to donate to the channel, please feel free to use this feature, and any money raised from YouTube will be used to buy more equipment. Thanks for watching.